the back to the front we go.
Really? Simon?
On up to the ceiling we go. Party all night into the light. We gonna party all night into the light. Now hands up in the air, all night into the light. Come to the rhythm. We gonna party all night into the light. Hands up in the air, ooh, baby. 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 Let's bump to the rhythm.
That breakdown! That breakdown! But why did she hit it right with the breakdown though? Why did you do that when the beat dropped though? Musicality, I think.
Hey everyone, how are you all doing? For those who don't know who I am, my name is Tia Joy. Welcome. And to all of my subscribers, how you doing, fam? It's so good to see you. We are down to the final Step Up movie, which is Step Up All In. Yo. It has been such a great ride, and it was sad knowing that this was the last one. I mean, I know there's another one, but for the one that's here in America, the one that's on the whole movie franchise, like, this is the absolute last one. And yo, I ain't gonna lie, I was so sad because it was just so good. And, you know, every great thing has to come to an ending. You know what I mean? So before I get to this dance movie review, I need all of you who are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also that bell so you can be in the know when I upload a new video. Step Up 4 All In, it came out in 2014 and it was directed by Trish Sai. I really like this last one because this Step Up movie, I liked how it talked about the realness of what we go through as far as getting to auditions and trying to make a career out of dance and get picked up. And it's just a great reality check because that's actually what dancers go through. We go through a bunch of auditions, we get told to do different things. I like how in the beginning of this movie it had like the mob, so we have definitely a lot of returners from the previous Step Up movies besides the first one. But with the mob in the introduction, you see them do an audition. So they're dressed up as these different characters, and you have the staff at the table and they're like, oh, take your shirt off, oh, do this with the object, oh, can you shave the beard, can you not shave the beard, like, can you change your hair up? Like, they're just giving all the instructions on what they want you to do in this audition, and you just see the mob and they're just doing their thing, trying to please and just do what they want so that way they can book a job. But I just like how real it is because as dancers, we go through a lot of auditions just to book one job, and then we try to find a job, especially with dancing, that be secure so that way we don't have to keep going back and forth. And I know for Sean, who is a returner because he was in the last Step Up movie, which is Step Up Revolution, him and Eddie and the whole mob, they all come back. And I just like how Sean is like, man, like, this is what we go through. Like, I want to have a steady job. I don't have time to keep going from job to job. Like, I just want to be able to be secure with my job and not have to worry about struggling. I just want to dance for the rest of my life, but I just want to be I just want to be secure. So to see I just like how they embarked on that for this Step Up movie. Sorry. But we have a lot of returners. So like I mentioned, there's Sean, there's Eddie, there's the whole mob. But we also have some other returners such as Moose. I love me some Moose. So to see him come back, him and Camille, it's like, yes. So with Moose and Camille, if you don't know who Moose is, he has been in a lot of the Step Up movies. Ever since Step Up 2, he has just been the face. Like, he's the guy that I look forward to being in the Step Up movies because I just love me some Moose. Like, he's like a nerdy kid, but the nerdy kid can break it down. So it's great to see him and Camille and their relationship, because in the third one, if you've seen Step Up 3D, them two, they were friends, they were in college, but they've been childhood friends for a long time, and near the end they start to be more affectionate toward each other. And now in this one we see them together. They are living together, they are boyfriend and girlfriend, and they can't live without each other, which is so cute. So we also have Andy who comes back. We have Hair, we have Keto, let's go. We have Mad Chad, which is very important. He has to be there. We got Munster. We have the Santiago twins, and they were in Step Up 3D with the Pirates. So that's great that they came back as well. And we have some new characters up in here. So we have Alexa Brava. I didn't even know until I now realize this, but she's played by Isabella Miko, and she was in Say the Last Dance too. I totally forgot. I was like, she looks so familiar. What does she look like? And I just remember Say the Last Dance too. She played as Sarah. So she's in this movie as the very over dramatic announcer for a dance competition. And then we have the barber, who is Hair's barber, who is played by Cyrus Glitch Spencer. So he is in this movie as well. We have Chad, who is like the over-the-top, very suave dancer who teaches ballroom dance and salsa and tango. But later on we find out that the boy is a b-boy too, and he is played by Kid David. We also have Violet, who is new to this movie, who is played by Paris Goebel, and she is an amazing dancer, so I love the fact that she's in this movie. We have Jasper, and he is the leader of the Gremlin Knights, and he is played by Stephen O. Jones. So there's so many dancers that are in this movie who is absolutely amazing, and I will definitely list all of them at the end of my dance movie review because their acknowledgement is very, very important. But there's so many dancers, but I like the fact that everyone came back and to celebrate this finale dance, which is Step Up All In. So I'm about to get into some of my favorite dance scenes. There's so many dance scenes in this movie that I absolutely liked, but I had to pick my top favorite 3. If there's some scenes that you absolutely liked that I did not touch on, make sure you put those in the comments, okay? Alright, so my first one is Sean. He entered into this dance competition, him and his crew, Elementrix, called the Vortex, so they could be in the dance competition. And I love this scene because it's almost like they're like mad scientists, kind of like a mad scientist trying to create Frankenstein type thing going on. And I love the whole scene. I love the fact how you have him and he's starting off and you see the table with looks like people that's on the table, and they're covered with the white cloth, and next thing you know they start moving as if they're like in operation, and they come up, and I like how they all fall down. The little table flips down, so you see them and they come off, and then they're doing their little dance move. But you see Violet, you see Andy, and you see Keto, and they're doing their little dance moves as nurses that looks like crazy. And then you see the Santiago twins, and they just get electrocuted, and they have their hair tied together, so but they're still dancing together even though their hair is tied together. Then you also see Mad Chad, and I guess he has to be the Frankenstein because the electricity that hits him, and he's like moving in robotic movements. I just love the choreography in this dance scene. I also love the movements and the sounds and the musicality that they did to this song, and I just love their whole routine. Right there, I think they should have just won. It it was just dope to see that, to take mad scientists dancing, and they in their little, like, they're psychopaths, and they're in like straight jacket. Is it called straight jacket? Yeah. And they're moving and they can't really move at all, but I like how they took that idea and created a dance out of it, and I just love that scene. So that's my first favorite scene that I loved in this movie. My second favorite scene that I love in this movie is the mob versus Elementrix. So they're in the competition, and so the mob, if you see the movie, they left LA because they just couldn't stay. It was just too much rent, auditions, and so they end up coming to the competition. But Sean, he already had his own new group, which was Elementrix, and so you see the mob and Elementrix, they go head to head, which is like best friend against best friend. So I like the fact that it was just a really, really good battle. And so I like how Elementrix, they're dressed like the old school fashion type, going to a boxer's game, and I like the fact that they were competing and battling each other in a boxer's ring. So that was good, because if this competition, you see the individual groups and they're doing the choreography, but now in order to make it to the top, they got to battle each other out. So this is the battle between the mob and Elementrix, and I just love the music, like Go Stupid by Lil Wayne, and I just love this scene with each other. I like how they like got the water bottle and they're playing with the little buckets that normally boxers spit in their blood in when they're in a boxing ring. I love to see Violet when Mad Chat group, like, he grabbed her ponytail and she was like going down like different levels. That was very, very sweet. The B-boys, and they're just dancing and doing their flips, and that must be a very springy type floor, because they just jumping on it and just doing flips on it like it ain't nothing. I also love it with the scene with the mob, and you see Jason and he's doing his little movements with his knees, and he's like going up and dropping, rolling and dropping. He's like, bruh, don't your kneecaps hurt? Like, you just kept on going, and it's like, that must be some springy floor, okay? And I also like on the side, you see the girls are on top of the guy's back, and I like how they're doing this wave movement, and their feet is like going up and down as they're like standing on top of their backs. I ain't gonna lie, that was pretty sick. I'm like, that's probably hard. I could tell the girl, she was trying to, like, she was holding on, because, you know, that's not easy when you're going on somebody's back and it's moving, you try to steady ground while they doing the wave. But it was a dope move. Like, I see y'all, they killed that. I just love that, and I love the footwork that the mob does. They have some really amazing footwork, and I like the little slow motion that you see Tony Bellissimo does with his arm when it looks like they're like fighting each other, and really amazing footwork, and how they really embraced the music that was thrown at them, and their musicality with everything was just really, really good. I like how Chad did his like little knee slides to the front, and then they did their little footwork, which was pretty dope. Like, it was great. And I like how the guys, they jumped off the rope and jumped back into the rope. That was really good. Both of these teams were just going hard. Their energy was high, their energy was great. It was a really, really great battle. It was a tough battle too, because they are both great groups, and they just did an amazing job in this scene. Now, my last favorite scene in this movie is, and this was hard, it was really hard, it was between the Grim Knights and Elementrix, because they both did, the creativity was great, especially with the Grim Knights when they were dancing and they first come out with the chandeliers. Like, that was pretty dope. Like, it was great. They looked like Roman soldiers dancing, and I love that whole theme that they represented with their crew. But I have to give it to Elementrix. I really love that scene, because if you watch more of the movie, you find out that there's a twist to the competition. And so one thing that I loved is how Sean had to humble himself, and I'll get that a little bit into my lesson to know what's really important. But to see all the groups come together, you have Elementrix, you have the mob, you have Divine Intentions, and they all come together and they do the routine together. It was beautiful. I love the fact that you see Moose in the beginning. He's walking with a briefcase, and next thing you know, Pac-Man's coming out doing his movements. I love the routine that Pac-Man and Moose did. It was such a sweet, dynamic movements that they had with each other. I like how they played after each other. So you see the sand falling from the ceiling, and they're coming out of the sand, almost like a little playground, which was very, very sweet. And I just realized that a lot of these movies had to do with earth, wind, and fire, and water. That's cool. You see, with the second one, they had the water, and then you have the third one with the dust. I would say that would represent earth. And then this one, you have actually fire, and you have wind because they're dancing with the wind blowing, and you have fire because when the girls come, they have little fire. Andy, she's dancing with the fire stick. You had the fire twirlers in the right behind her. So they just pretty much hit all the elements of the universe, I could say. So it was really cool to see that. And then I like the scooters, how they used that and they played with that, because during the rehearsal they were playing around with the scooters. So I like for this one they actually add that with the routine, especially with the B-boys. I love with Keto when she comes out, and then Keto's with her legs going up in the air. That was very, very sweet. I love that. And she's dancing, and I like how she's doing that walk slide, and that reminds me of I Am Me when they did it in America's Best Dance Crew competition. So the fact that they brought that back, that was really, really cool to see. And I love the wind as they're dancing. The wind is blowing and they're just together. Just seeing the groups come together unified as one was really cool. I also love the scene with Mad Chad and the robot girl. That was so cute. And the robot girl was played by Yaya Vankova, and it was so cute to see them two dancing together. It's like, oh, Mad Chad got a girl, yes. I mean, though they've been staring at each other throughout the whole movie, but it's so cute to see their reaction in a robotance way. What is it? A romance way, but a robotic romance way. It's cute. Robotic man's way. Robotic man's way? I don't even know. I was trying to put the words together. It just did not work. It did not work, y'all. And I just love how all of them were dancing. They were just living their best life. They really, really were. And they were really in the moment of the dancing. You could really tell that they were doing it that as well. And plus the flips, the things that they were doing too, the routine, it was just really, really cool. I just really love the scene of just the unity of all the crews coming together, just enjoying and dancing in a moment, and it was just beautiful to see. Now the lesson that I learned exactly goes with that, because you have Sean. He is just a hardcore guy who just really cares about securing a great job for himself and his dance crew, so they don't have to keep struggling over and over again just to make it. And I love how Andy, she first said it, she's like, I just want to be with family again. It feels good to dance again, because she ended up hurting and popping her knee. So she was happy to dance again, and she was really trying to get him to understand that. But when there's grandparents, and I love them too, they're just the most cutest, sweetest couple. And I love the fact how Anna was talking to Sean and helping him to like calm down, because she knew that he was so frustrated and he just want to win. He just want to work. And she's like, you're trying to be perfect. What is perfect? Just enjoy the moment. You can win all you want to, but it's the journey that gets you there. And I love how they shared his story, how they were in a dance competition and he ended up stepping on her foot. So he's saying how it's so cute. He was like, I scooped poop, goat poop. I scooped it just so we can have shoes. And Sean was like, that's just nasty. He's like, no, it was the best time, because I was able to afford to get some shoes so I could dance. And even though he stepped on her foot and they didn't continue with the competition, but it was just a moment. It's all about moments. Like, mistakes is going to happen, things are going to happen, but it's all about the moments. And I love the fact that he talked about that. And just have fun and don't take it too serious. And sometimes I feel like even for me, I get so caught up in working that I don't take the time to enjoy the moments and enjoy the journey, because I'm so focused on what I need to do, my responsibilities, what I need to take care of. Same thing with dance. I'm so focused on getting booked and being the best dancer ever, but not enjoying the process, such as enjoying the times of being in class, meeting new people, feeling the music and just going for it, and not always take everything super serious. because I get it. Like, we really have these great goals and ambitions of really meeting what we really want, but just take the time and just enjoy in the moment. That's what's very important. And I know I've learned that, and that's the lesson that I've learned in this movie. That's all that I have. Thank you so much for watching this dance movie review. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the like button and the subscribe button, because by you doing that is really showing YouTube that I am doing something amazing and you are loving my content. It's going to cause them to want to invest more in what I'm doing. So it would be great if you would do that for me, and share with anyone you know. I'm pretty sure a lot of you who've seen these step up movies, you see a lot of your friends in these movies, so go ahead and tag them in this as well so they can see that I am honoring them. Let's take the time to honor all of these dancers who made it into this movie, and all of them will be listed in my Dancers Hall of Fame. Awesome job to every single dancer in this movie. You all did an amazing job. Shout out to the choreographers in this movie, which was Jamal Sims. I love it how he's been in part of every single step of movie. So amazing job, Jamal Sims. Love you. Also, Christopher Scott, amazing job. And Don Draco Johnson, you already know he's in this one. Also to the assistant choreographers, who is Philip, aka Pac-Man, to Paris Gobel, to David, Kid David, to Nolan Padilla, Brandon Shaw, and Cyrus Glitch Spencer. Amazing job to all of the choreographers. You all did an amazing job in this movie, and for you to contribute your creative ideas and movements to this movie is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for having the willing and humble heart to do so. That's all that I have. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to make good choices. Bye.